All right, here we go. This is day 2 of the 90-day video challenge. My main mission for this video, besides getting it completed successfully, is to see if I've worked out some bugs on the microphone. It sounded pretty murky on day 1 to me. Murky and muddy. Also, I'll be testing, perhaps inadvertently, whether or not I can get by without shaving just before these videos. I'll know that soon enough. So anyway, my first book, Mastering the Art of Business by Referral, there's a lot of reasons for why that book came to be. In 1989, a long time ago now, I was getting divorced, and I had a really good paying job, but I traveled to do it. As part of the divorce, I ended up getting sole custody of my then very young daughter. Couldn't travel anymore. Needed to have a much better job that kept me in town and that I could arrange to care for my daughter. So I looked around, and I had been headhunted a lot when I was traveling. A lot of headhunters would call me up, try and get me to take a different job. And the headhunters, they didn't seem that bright, but they seemed to make a lot of money. And I was like, well, headhunters, they're not traveling. They're basically just working by phone. Also, when I had first gotten out of college and I was trying to find a job in Los Angeles, I got recruited a lot by temporary agencies. When I say recruited, they sent me to a lot of different jobs all over Southern California. Ended up being how I found my original career way back when. And I was like, well, when I grow up, someday, I want to own a temporary employment agency. I decided, well, 1989, need to make a change. Got some money in the bank. Let's go find someplace, at that time I was in Denver, that's for sale, that's perhaps in the headhunting business, perhaps in the temp business. I can buy it, and that'll give me a head start. So I did. I found a company that had been around for 5 years, so the two people that owned it had been around 5 years apiece there, so 10 years experience. So I was like, wow, I can afford this. I'm going to getting 10 years experience. Made the purchase. Well, although there was 10 years of experience, it really turned out that it was 1 year's experience 10 times. And suddenly, I had a business that was not doing well, and I didn't have any particular gifts or knowledge about sales, and it turned out that I had tremendous fear of rejection. I hadn't been really aware of that. Hadn't ever experienced sales before. I just figured I could do it like everything else. And so suddenly I am the #1 sales manager. I am in charge of salespeople. And I am myself terrified of rejection. Picking up the phone was an absolutely petrifying experience for me. I can really well remember looking at the phone, looking at the yellow pages, which they had in those days, and deciding whether I should be sick again in the trash can or pick up the phone and make that next call. Now, that fear of rejection ended up becoming a gift, although it certainly didn't feel like at that time. All kinds of things had to happen for that business to be successful. But fast forward just a little over 3 years, and that business was nearing 10 figures in sales. And all kinds of fantastic things came from that experience. But that'll be for another time. Wishing all of you viewing this a fantastic day. This is my second video in the 90-day video challenge. Main mission was to get it done and to have better audio. We'll see how well I did on that.